All right, so we have one last segment to do. As I noted at the top of the show, the Anti-Defamation League is an organization that, when mentioned on the show, is typically the target of our criticism. And tonight, we are actually able to heap praise on it and credit because they are launching a campaign to combat a very long-standing, systemic, and quite notorious problem in the United States, which is the inability of American Jews, going all the way back to the founding of Hollywood, to be able to have any role whatsoever in the entertainment industry. As you probably know, when Hollywood was first founded, it was run by a system of studios run by people like Louis B. Mayer and Warner Brothers, and there was simply no way for any Jews to ever have any role in any of these studios. Once the studio system started declining in the 60s and 70s, the power shifted to agents and then to mega agent firms where American Jews have been notoriously excluded. And as well, even on the level of acting, there are virtually no American actors who are Jewish who have ever been able to get any prominent roles. And so, fortunately, the Anti-Defamation League is using the momentum of October 7th and all of the concern about the crisis of anti-Semitism to finally stand up, and demand that something be done about the refusal of Hollywood to allow American Jews to play any role in the entertainment industry. Here is Jonathan Greenblatt, who is the head of the ADL, and he tweeted on Wednesday, quote, "It's critical for any push for diversity in any industry to be inclusive of Jews. If your project of inclusion perpetuates the exclusion of Jews, you are failing. So we applaud the many celebrities for their courage in standing up, speaking out, and writing to the Academy to demand change." Now, one of the things we've been trying to get conservatives to understand is that the efforts by people like Bill Ackman to get people fired from American universities for having supported too broad of a theory of free speech is that they are not trying to eliminate the DEI system. They're trying to expand it in order to include American Jews, to give American Jews even more privileges within academia than they already have. Now, like Hollywood, the Ivy League schools are notorious for not allowing American Jews there, for not allowing any American Jews to succeed within academic institutions. The ADL has been fighting against that too. They have this new ally in Bill Ackman. And here's what that's what the ADL is saying is, we like DEI, we like all these diversity programs. We want them expanded, though, to include the need to include more American Jews, especially now in the entertainment industry, where they're notoriously underrepresented. And here from the Hollywood Reporter, which is the article the ADL promoted, describes what the campaign is from January 9th. You see at the top, there's several Jewish celebrities, Juliana Margolis, Greg Berlanti, Miriam Billick, among the 260 signatories of the letter to Film Academy critiquing Jewish exclusion from diversity standards. And you see the subheadline there, quote, "An inclusion effort that excludes Jews is both seeped in and misunderstands anti-Semitism," reads the letter, organized by the Jew in the City Hollywood Bureau for Jewish Representation. That's what it says there. I'm not sure if that's actually the correct formulation, the Jew in the City of Hollywood Bureau for Jewish Representation. But in any event, the article then says the following, quote, "Amid Israel's ongoing war with Hamas, Jewish entertainment figures have come together to issue an open letter to the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences criticizing their exclusion from being specified as an underrepresented group. Quote, "An inclusion effort that excludes Jews is both steeped in and misunderstands anti-Semitism," reads the letter, organized by the group Jew in the City's Hollywood Bureau for Jewish Representation. Quote, "Jewish people being excluded from the Motion Picture Academy's representation and inclusion standards is discriminating." Is discriminating against a protected class by invalidating their historic and genetic identity. The Academy standards, unveiled in 2020 as part of its Aperture 2025 diversity initiative, describes a number of identities that it considers, quote, "underrepresented groups: women, LGBTQ+, having cognitive or physical difficulties, or being deaf or hard of hearing, as well as underrepresented racial or ethnic groups. The standards, which ask productions to submit self-identifying demographic information about its cast and crews in order to qualify for Best Picture consideration, do not ask for religious status. The JITC letter explains that being Jewish is not always a matter of faith. Quote, while many mistakenly believe that Judaism is only a religion, Jews are actually an ethnic group with a varied spiritual practice that not all observe. Jews are an indigenous people to the Middle East with a contentious presence there for over 3,000 years, said the letter. It then went on to complain about things like sometimes there are Jewish characters in films, and yet not always Jewish actors are cast to play those roles. Sometimes they go to non-Jewish actors, and they want to put an end to that. So this has been one of the great taboos in American life. Everybody knows that Hollywood has spent 100 years now just basically operating as a Jewish-free zone. Americans have no role whatsoever in the entertainment industry. They have been aggressively and severely underrepresented. It is one of the grave injustices in American political life, just like at Ivy League schools, where finally the plight of Jewish students at Harvard and Penn and Yale and the like are being attended to for the first time in many decades. And finally, there's something being done about the underrepresentation of American Jews in the entertainment industry. It is 100 years too late, but thankfully the ADL is taking the lead in that. They are always at the forefront of the most just causes. And we want to recognize the important and noble crusade that they have undertaken, because we often criticize them and we think sometimes credit is due where it's due, and it's certainly due in this case. Thanks for watching this clip from System Update, our live show that airs every Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern exclusively on Rumble. You can catch the full nightly shows live or view the backlog of episodes for free on our Rumble page. You can also find full episodes the morning after they air across all major podcasting platforms, including Spotify and Apple. All the information you need is linked below. We hope to see you there.